Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to go through the setting up of your Eufy Robovac, and this is from assembly, components, app installation, synchronization, and then the actual use of the app itself. Note that the G20 hybrid was the model that was used to create this tutorial, but it should work for most other G series as well as most other Bounce series models from Eufy. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is plug in the power unit with the AC adapter out. That looks like that. Then get your charging dock and then plug that in to your charging dock. You can organize the cable by just putting it through there and then letting it go out there so that it's nice and neat. In your pack, you'll find two of these. What you do is you literally just slide that on there and click it into place. That is just the mat for where your vacuum is going to sit while it charges. Okay, then once you've done with that, we're going to put the actual vacuum in front of you so that you can see what's going on with the vacuum. Note that I have been doing a little bit of cleaning already, so this is not obviously in pristine condition because I've been testing it out quite a bit. Now, the first thing that we're going to note is the back sections here. So if we take these out, there's a little clip at the back, you can see that, and you'll have the ability to take both this section and this section out. What this section is the housing for the dirt and particles that go through the device. If we open that up, we can open it up like a sandwich, and we'll see that there's already dust particulates in there, and then some leaves that I was sucking up earlier. Now, if we move this out the way, let's see what this looks like by itself. So the main catch will be there, and then all your dust will be inside there. You will get an extra dust filter. All you need to do in order to change it out is literally pull that out, then make sure that that little piece goes in there like that, and you've got a new dust filter. You can wash this, just make sure that it's properly dry before you reinsert and start using the vacuum. Close that up, and that explains that piece. I'll show you how to put that in now. Then we have this little guy, which is the mop. If we take this off, you can actually put this in the washing machine. Just make sure it's at a low temperature. You don't want this to shrink, and then we'll see some bubbles actually floating in there. This is because it's filled with water. Now, the reason that it's filled with water is because it's a mop. When you are filling this with water, be careful because you can actually squeeze water, as you see there. And then we'll see that it's got Velcro to actually keep the mop pad on. How to fill this up? Quite simple. Just open this up, go to a tap and fill it up. Note that you should not have this attachment on if you are planning to clean carpets. It doesn't really go well with carpets and it'll drag mud all over the carpets if you have been cleaning a floor that is very dusty. Then you literally just put this back on, match the Velcro strips on there and over there. So pretty straightforward so far. In order to get this on, quite simple. You can literally just slide. Doesn't matter which orientation you use, just slide it in. Same thing for this. It's also a slide on. You'll see a groove here, you'll see a groove here, and it matches with those grooves over there, and it'll actually just click into place. So that is the back section. That is going to be, call it, a lot of the maintenance that you need to do in order to make sure your machine is effective. Now, next on the agenda is the rolling brush. Now, the rolling brush doesn't require too much maintenance, but you will get a tool that looks like that. Now, the whole reason for that is if we open that up here, I'll show you how to do that again. You'd literally just push your thumbs down and pull it up, and then you'll be able to take the rolling brush out. Every now and again, you'll see that hair gets trapped in there. What you want to do is just be able to get that hair out by using this little vise that's actually got a razor blade at the end in order to clean it. You can also take the fork through here in order to get any other hairs and matter out of your brushes. The machine will be more effective, obviously, the cleaner it is. You can obviously clean that up a little bit, but this just goes into the suction tube at the back, and this is the outlet for it. Then in order to get this back out, again, quite simple. All you need to do is match up this little square over there. There's a little square that'll go into there, and then just slide that into place. Then take this device, put the grooves in there, slide that in and click that into place. Now, one of the, call it, harder things to do that people struggle with is to get this little side brush off. It's actually quite easy. Just take it all like you're about to plait some hair and pull it off. As you get an extra one in the kit, you're able to just match up the square and square. Don't be scared when you are pulling it and when you're pushing it on. Now you have a brand new little brush. Now that's it. Now we're ready to get started on the actual setup. The only thing that you have left to do is to turn it on with this little red switch here. Now turn the device face up, and you can see there are two metallic points over there. Just make sure when you're putting it on that these points connect with these. I'll explain later on why that's important, but in essence, it's that this doesn't have a digital map. It needs to know from base station where it's going. But we are not going to connect it yet, because the initial setup, one of the things that you must do is make sure that it is not connected to the power, otherwise you won't be able to pick it up on Wi-Fi. However, if you are using it for the first time, you may need to get some initial charge, so you can put that on, give it an hour charge. Once it's got about an hour's charge in it, you can take it off, and then we'll be ready for the next step, which is the setup. Okay, once you're done with all that, you are ready to install the app. But the first thing that you need to do is just pick it up, remove it off the charger, and, well, turn it on. Don't worry, it might move around a little bit, and you might hear some noises. The first thing that you'll notice is the Wi-Fi is flashing in blue, but what we need to do is we need to reset the device. This shouldn't need to happen for first time installation, but if you are resetting it, this is just good practice. So this is why we need to remove it, because resetting will not work when it's on charge. So hold in this button, the on button, for 10 seconds until you hear a prompt.
Completed factory reset.
Okay, now we've heard completed factory reset. Now let's get onto the app. So we want to open our Play Store or our iOS store, and we want to look for Eufy Clean and install. Once it's installed, you can now open it, and you will need to either sign in or sign up. Now we need to look for our device, so we need to scroll down all the way to pretty much the bottom. The image will actually look like the unit, which does help. This is the G20 hybrid. Now note that the setup for the G20 hybrid, for the G20 and the C15 are pretty much identical. So just note that for some of the devices, they will be identical. There are more complex setups, and you'll understand that just now. We need to switch it on, as we've already done, and the Wi-Fi light was already pulsing, but let's go next. We did hear a voice and beep, and the light stays on. We need to reset the robot's network, which we did. Remember that it needs to be disconnected from the charging plate. Reset is complete, and now we need to enable it. So just follow the prompt and say go to enable. Now you want this while using the app. Now it's going to ask you to connect to Wi-Fi. The reason for this is we need to synchronize the device with our home network. So let's connect the network. And next, now that we've connected to the network, we need to sync them. So go to connect. And we'll see now that we've factory reset, the Eufy Robovac G20 hybrid is now outputting a signal. So we need to tap on that. Now note, some devices may struggle with this in that it will basically automatically default back to the network that provides Wi-Fi. If this does happen, just go to automatic connections and turn that off. It doesn't happen in my case, but it does happen. So you'd want to disable that so that you're actually able to complete the step. Internet may not be available, so we will say connect only this time because we are doing it for setup. Go back and it'll start to connect the device to the network. You'll notice that the light starts to pulse a little bit faster. This is how we know it's working. And there we go. The device is ready. Now, once this step is done, what you want to do is actually place it on the charging dock. In order to make sure that you've had proper connection, you'll actually see the light change color. And that's it. Your device is now ready. And the reason that we want to connect it to the dock is because this device doesn't map itself. It doesn't have a virtual map. It basically defines its position by how many turns and movements it's made since it's disconnected from the dock so that it can find itself back to the dock. Now, if we look at the app from the top right on, we see a little man with a microphone. This is just for support and contact us. You do have the ability for WhatsApp, call us, or feedback at the bottom. Then we have plus, this is to add a new device. Then we have the important menu, which is the actual device. All your devices will start to list downwards as you add devices, but we will say enter over here. Now, this is extremely important to read because it's basically giving you the instructions to say what you need to do before the vacuum will start to work, or call it work efficiently. Now, you want to remove certain objects like teddy bears, Lego blocks, or cables. Then you go next. And we can see that this device works in 4x4 meter blocks. We will say next. Now, this is just telling you that the vacuum's runtime will depend on how hard the suction mode is, and the suction mode is dependent on the type of surface that it picks up. You are able to manually change the suction mode, but sometimes it's best just to let the device do its thing. Note that if you are going to go over carpets, remove the mop because it doesn't lift the mop up and it will cause the mop to drag over your carpet. Even if we say create map now, it's not going to do anything because this is not a digital map device. Now, if we go back, basically what we've done is just enabled ourselves to be able to go here quicker. Now, if we look at the top right, this is just the settings for the device, the sharing settings, mop mode settings, voice settings, find my robot, which is actually quite useful because basically if you can't find it and it's not at its charging station, you can say find it. You will hit start and then it'll already tell you that the vac is on the charging station. However, if we perform the same function now and we say start finding the device, we can hear that it's making a noise. Then we have manual controls, and manual controls are really cool because you can control the Robovac and basically make it go in any direction that you want. And if you see, if we go in there, there's also something called spot clean, which makes sure that it does a more rigorous clean on a spot. Now you can do this at any time and then resume cleaning. So this is just a optional extra available to you. Then we have something called auto return cleaning, which you should enable. Basically what this means is that if the device's battery is not going to last through the entire clean, depending on the size, as well as the effort that it's put in, it will return to the dock to charge and then will continue to clean once it's charged enough in order to be able to complete the cycle. So if you don't want that to happen, obviously leave that off, but I recommend it on, especially if you're doing the set and forget, leaving your house and making sure that it cleans up. Then we have accessory service, help and contact us, and firmware update. Firmware update, very important, but we'll see that we are completely up to date. Then if we go back to the main menu of the Robovac, the first option that we have is suction. This is to be able to set the suction level from quiet, standard, turbo, or max, or you can use boost IQ. So it depends on the floor type, which it senses by itself. So if you do see that it's having a hard time collecting certain debris, you can always adjust that manually. Then we have clean, and then it'll go off and do its thing. I'm just going to say recharge. Then through the twists and turns that it's made, it will navigate itself home. We have spoken about spot clean before, but let me show you what it does. Basically, I've just paused it, so you can do this pretty much any time by pushing clean and then pushing pause. It'll stop in its tracks, or you can do it by manually pushing the button. I manually push the button. Now let's push spot. So it operates in a corkscrew motion, but let's get him back in frame with manual control. And that's that. Then we have schedules, and this is pretty obvious. You can just set from Sunday to Monday at what time you want the device. So you'd go into the day, select the time, and save it. Lastly, we have find, which we've gone through before, but this allows you to find the device. So I'll do it again. And we will be able to find our device if it's managed to go on walkabout. So that is the entire main menu, nice, simple, and straightforward. If we go back, you'll see just a standardized version in which we can change the suction control, but it does have to be operating at that time, and that's why it's grayed out. If we push play, it'll just start cleaning from scratch, and then we have the return to dock. Then lastly, we have a profile. Now profile is quite cool because we've got messages over here. This is basically messages that would be sent from the Robovac to say, hey, my wheels may be suspended in the air. Please move to a flat device. Basically, it's an SOS from your device to say, please come help me, and this will send through as a push notification. Then we have help and contact us, which we went through before. At the top right of the base menu, we have device sharing, which allows you to share it with your family. Then in this main menu, we have smart integration and the ability to integrate into Alexa or Google Assistant, which is quite cool because you can basically just go, okay, Google, start cleaning. Now, hopefully, yep, it does that. Let's not do that for now, but you can integrate that in, which we'll go through at another time because it involves quite a few different devices. Then we have dark mode, light mode, or automatic. This is just depending on the time, so you can change depending on your preference or what the light is. Language, time zone, visit Eufy, and about Eufy Clean. And that is it. That is how you get your device from 0 to hero and cleaning. Thank you for tuning in. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I'll get to them as fast as possible. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that we can keep the helpful content flowing. Cheers guys, thanks, and goodbye.